Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is a Focus Friday video. So it's an next installment of my series of Focus Friday, and the focus for this month is on colouring. So every week we've been looking at a different aspect of colouring. So this week we're going to be looking at watercolouring using our ink pads and our water painters. So let's get started. I've got this wonderful daffodil stamp here, and this is the card I've made. It's called Daffodil Daydream, and you can see the stamp set here. So I'm going to be stamping in, you should be stamping in Stays On ink, or you can stamp in, I'm using an archival ink because I can't stand the smell of Stays On, but you need a permanent ink so it won't dissolve when you watercolour, it won't move rather when you watercolour. And I'm stamping here on shimmery white cardstock because this will be able to take the water more easily than our normal basic white. And I'm using my Stamparatus in case I don't get a perfect image the first time around, so I can restamp easily, because you've got a bit of texture on your cardstock. It's not so easy always to get a perfect impression, but you need that texture to help with the watercolouring. So this is why we use the Stamparatus. There we go. Lovely. So that's what we've got so far. So set that aside. I'm going to give my stamp a little clean straight away. Sorry about all the squeaks. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp next my sentiment while I have everything out. My sentiment is going to say Happy Birthday. I'm going to use this set from Celebration called Special Moments. You can use the one that says Happy Birthday. Okay, I'm just going to place this on my piece here. I have got just basic white cardstock because we're just doing normal stamping. Of course, I pulled everything up. That'll be fine. Stamp again in black ink. Stamp it down. There we go. Set that aside. Just gonna, so usually when you've got Stays On or archival, it's good to clean your stamps as quickly as possible, especially with photopolymer, so it doesn't sit on the stamp. Okay, so we've given that a good clean. Take that out of there, and now we can get rid of the Stamparatus. We're done with that tool. So now we're going to do some colouring, and I'm going to move my mats, my grid paper, so I don't get it wet. And I'm just going to zoom you in. Okay, so we're going to colour in now. So you can see I'm going to use my ink pad. So I'm just going to put my heel on the back of my hand, on the back of the ink pad like this, and this will then transfer some ink into the lid, because you don't want to take the ink from the ink pad, you want to take it from the lid. I've got my water painter here, and I've got some water coming through. I tend to add sometimes a little bit of a spritz just here on my mat of extra water in case I need it. So let's get started. And this is Daffodil Delight. I'm just going to take up a little bit here. I'm just going to start painting. Just take your time. Less is more. You can always add more colour, but it's more difficult to remove the colour. And if you're not happy with a section, just leave it and forget about it and move on to another one. Let it dry and then come back and fix it. If you keep rubbing and rubbing over it, you're likely to cause more damage. So I'm just putting a basic layer of colour down there, as you can see there. I'm going to go in with a little bit more here. And the beauty of watercolour is it's very forgiving. It's a great medium. It's just wonderful to watch how the water moves the paint. You want a little bit more water like I do here. I'm just going to pick it up. Find it easier to pick up my water than to squeeze it through the water brush too much, but sometimes I find I can't control it so well if I squeeze too hard. I find it easier to use this as a normal brush and just pick up water. Okay, so there you can see. So I'm going to continue to do all the rest of the flowers like this, and then I'll be back. So now we've done the flowers, we're going to do the leaves, and here I've got quite a bit of ink in my mats, in my thing, so I'm going to be very careful how much I actually take up, and I'm going to actually take quite a bit of it to the water here and just take from there. Don't know if you can see the water so well, but that's what I'm going to do, and then just go in gently. And this is Mossy Meadow that I'm using. Okay, so my image is dried and I cut it out using the matching daffodil dies that are here. I use this big die here to cut it out. So there we have a little image. And now we're going to start to assemble our card. So our card base is thick basic white. So this is an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. This is a freebie you can get in celebration. So for every £45 you spend, you can earn something free. And this is one of the papers I earn free. You get a collection, a whole paper collection. So there we go. Now we're going to take our sentiment and we're just going to cut this out freehand using our trimmer. So let's see. Something like that. Like that. I think I want a little bit off the top. So I'm just going to use a bit of post-it note tape to hold this in my trimmer so I can see, so it stays straight, and that will do me. So that's that cut out. And put this away. I always keep my bits of post-it note tape and I reuse them and I reuse them until I've reused the guts out of them. And now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our daffodil. I'm going to use a few smaller ones here at the base, as they're perfect for this, these little mini ones. Okay. I'm always very generous with my adhesive, as you all know if you've seen previous videos. Okay. So let's give it a press so it's all down, and let's start this arduous task of getting all these backings off this pretty daffodil. And this, when I saw this in the new mini catalogue, it's one of the first things I bought. I just loved it, really did. But then I love seeing the daffodils come out. So happy. It was really nice actually to do some watercolouring today. I haven't done watercolouring for a while like this. I tend to just use the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers, which you can also see I've done as a Focus Friday. You'll be able to see that the whole plate, the there's a playlist of all of them linked below, but I forgot how much I enjoyed and how soothing it is to do some watercolouring. So let's say, yeah, that'll do. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. And hope you sort of saw that watercolouring is not so difficult. It's very forgiving. And just take your time and have fun. And there you go. There are 2 images, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about this project, supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.